Hey, what up, guys? Coming in with another What's Next. This is on my number two, lightweight in the world right now, the undefeated IBF lightweight champion, Teofimo Lopez. Lopez captured his title, our last fight in December when he captured the IBF title with a surprise second round TKO victory over Richard Comey, the very tough Ghanan. It was a mild upset. A lot of people surprised, myself included, that he knocked him out so quick, but Comey just put his head down and started brawling, and Lopez just too fast, caught him with a clean right hand that hurt Comey badly, and Comey could not recover as Lopez stopped him and captured his first world title. So now we know, now the big question is what's next for Teofimo Lopez. Well, we kind of know already. He's supposed to be facing Vasily Lomachenko in a big unification next. These guys are both top-ranked fighters, so it's an easy fight to make, and it looks like these two guys are going to lock horns. Now, the coronavirus pandemic obviously has pushed this fight back, and it's looking like they're going to be locking horns in possibly the fall. And I haven't heard any wavering that the fight's not going to happen. I know Bob Arum was talking about doing some fights where there's no fans. Teofimo Lopez said he would not be down for that. So, that's all I've heard regarding the fight, really. But both guys look like they're on track and they want the fight, and it looks like this fight's going to happen next. Now, if it does, I personally feel Lopez is going to get his ass whipped. He's young. He hasn't been in against anybody even close to talent of Vasily Lomachenko, and I think Lomachenko is going to dominate him and beat him, either stopping him or scoring a one-sided decision, as he will unify all the belts. Now, the big question after that is, what does he do? Now, either way, and this is God's honest, even if he beats Lomachenko, I think he's going to 140. Now, it depends on if he were to beat him. If he pulls off the upset and he barely beats Lomachenko close, I think they're probably going to rematch. But if he loses like I think he's going to lose, and loses convincingly, which I think he will, I think he's going to 140. Now, if he loses a close decision to Lomachenko, I think there's a good chance at a rematch. So let's just say that. But other than that, I don't think there's any other options for him at 135 pounds. I really don't. I think Lopez is hell-bent on moving up to 140. And if he gets his ass whipped, which I think he's going to, I think he's going up to 140. So I'm going to run him through the top 10 at 140 and see what he can do next after a possible tough loss to Lomachenko. Now, if he loses to Lomachenko, he's done for 2020. That might be his only fight, win or lose. But I absolutely think if he loses the way I think he's going to lose, there's no way he fights again this year at all. And we're looking at 2021. So let's look at the top 10. Start with number 1, the undefeated unified champion, Josh Taylor. Not seeing a fight with Taylor going down. I just don't think those two guys would lock horns. Taylor has other options. Lopez could. I mean, he could consider going straight into a title fight against Lopez. Lopez could consider going in against Taylor, but man, that's a tough matchup right there in your debut at 140. So it could happen. They're both top-ranked guys. Could happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. Number 2 is Jose Ramirez. Not seeing this one. Ramirez, after the fight with Postol, is likely going to have a mandatory due against Jack Catterall. He actually does. There's no likely about it. That is the next fight. Should be. And I don't think Lopez would be on his radar coming off of a loss. And I don't think Lopez would want to face a guy like Ramirez coming off of a loss anyway, so I don't see it. Number 3 is Jorge Linares. He's not number 3. I'm sorry. Number 3 is Regis Prograis. Not seeing this one. Prograis, I really believe, is either going to face Josh Taylor next for the title, or he's moving up in weight, to be honest. After his win over Hooker, which I think he's going to get, it's one of those two options. He's either getting a title shot against Josh Taylor, or he's moving up in weight. So that's what I think goes down for Lopez. For Prograis. Number 4 is Jose Zepeda. This one's interesting. It could happen. Lopez could decide to take on a guy like Zepeda to move up the ratings, but Zepeda would be a full load. He's a good boxer. He's a slick southpaw, and I think it might be a mistake for Lopez to take in the first fight, so I'm not seeing it. Number 5 is Victor Postol. not seeing this one, but it could happen. If Postal loses like a close decision against Ramirez, and he wants to stay kind of strong in the rankings and go after somebody big, Lopez could say, hey, he's a former world champion, I'm down to fight him, let's do this. So I could possibly see that one. And I do think Postal is going to be in that fight with Ramirez to where it could be close, but Ramirez probably not going to rematch him because he's got a mandatory due with Jack Catterall. So I definitely think Postal could be sitting there for Lopez. That is an option. Number 6 is former lightweight champion Robert Easter Jr. Not seeing this one. Robert Easter fights with the PBC. PBC getting together with Top Rank on this one. I just don't see it happening. Number 7 is Maurice Hooker. Honestly think Maurice Hooker is facing Prograis. I think he's going to lose, and then I think he's moving up to welterweight, so I don't see him and Lopez being possible. Plus, it's rival promotion, so I'm not seeing that one. Number 8 is Kira Relic. Here's a guy that if he stays at 140, I really wouldn't be surprised if he fought a guy like Teofimo Lopez. He might have a win under his belt at that point. He might have some more confidence back. He's a slower fighter that comes straight forward. That might be the perfect kind of setup for Lopez. So, possible. Definitely possible. Number 9, Pablo Cesar Cano. At this point, I don't see Cano coming together with Lopez. This is Matchroom and Golden Boy, so I don't see them coming together for it. In the 3-way tie for 10th, you got Ivan Berianchik. Not seeing it. It's Matchroom versus Top Rank in this matchup right here, and Berianchik's a full load at 140. He does come straight at you, so if it was like a mandatory fight in a final eliminator, possible, but I really do think Lopez is going to get his ass whipped against Lomachenko, and if that happens, I don't think he's going to want to face a guy who brawls the way Berianchik does at a heavier weight. The other guy's tied for 10th, Adrian Granados. Would love to see the matchup, but he's with the PBC. I don't see PBC and Top Rank coming together. And then Rensis Barthelemy is the other guy tied for 10th. Same thing. I don't see these two sides coming together to make the fight. So that's it. That's the what's next on Teofimo Lopez at 140, given he moves up, which I think he will. Again, his next fight should be against Vasily Lomachenko in a big-time unification fight at lightweight. And I think it's going to be, it's a good matchup. I just think he's going to get beat and beat convincingly and then move up in weight. So we'll see what happens. That's Teofimo Lopez, my number 2 lightweight in the world. I hope you enjoyed it. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.